going to derive the derivative for cosecant x, knowing that the derivative of sine x is cosine x, and the derivative of cosine x is negative sine x. So first I'm going to start off with y equals cosecant x. I'm going to use my identities and rewrite cosecant x as 1 over sine x. Now, based on this identity, I'm going to find the derivative using my quotient rule. So I have f of x equals 1, which means that f prime of x equals 0. I have g of x equals sine x, and the derivative g prime of x equals cosine x. Now I'm going to use my quotient rule in my little mnemonic. So I have low d high, so 0 times sine x, minus high d low, 1 times cosine x, over low squared, so sine squared x. I'm now going to simplify it. 0 times sine x, that's 0. And then negative 1 times cosine x is negative cosine x over sine squared x. Now I'm going to take my fraction and I'm going to split it, because remember, when you multiply, you just multiply two fractions together. So I can take this and split it as negative 1 over sine x times cosine x over sine x. Notice if I multiply these together, I get back to where I was. So negative 1 times cosine x is negative cosine x, and sine x times sine x is sine squared x. From here, I can use my identities again. Well, negative 1 over sine x is just going to be negative cosecant x. Cosine x over sine x, that's cotangent x. So the derivative of cosecant x is negative cosecant x cotangent x.